everybody. Welcome to Bestie Book Reviews. I'm here with my bestie Mandy.
And I'm here with my bestie Jessica.
So it's that time of the week. It's time for us to do our 1 minute book recs. This is where we go over all the books we read in the past week with 1 minute synopsises for each book. But before we get started with that, Mandy's going to talk while I fix my hair.
Okay, so we need to get caught up. We were supposed to do the drawing and life got away from me. We have the winners. I just forgot to get it posted, and every time I would think about it, I would not be near my computer to do it. So we're announcing them officially here in this video. So our winners for I don't know if not last week's, the last drawing that we did will be Stephanie Clark 9940 will be getting Rudy's Heart by Lori Ryan, and Anne Marie Walker 6334 will be getting Marie Two Hearts One Wicked Weekend.
Okay. Congrats, guys. That's awesome.
And I think one of those is an ebook and one of those is in a paperback, and it's been a long weekend, so I'll have to get... Please email us and I will get you your codes, or the paperback. We'll get it taken care of. So congrats to our winners. Yes. And then Jessica, you're going to announce our next giveaway.
Yeah, I don't know when we're actually, this is going to be, when do we end this one? How long is this one going on for?
This is going through the end of the month.
Okay, so we are going to be giving away the Coveted cover special edition of Celia Aaron's The Cloister Trilogy in, I'm assuming it's on this side, this beautiful cover, and I can say that because it was my idea, this beautiful stained glass cover. This one will not be signed. We had to order extra because we've actually got so many people that want it. It's crazy, but we there you go. Isn't that pretty? Which is hard to see it there, but
I'll put the actual graphic in.
But we had to order extra. Anyhow, it's very coveted. See what I did there? It's very coveted. They won't be here for a couple of months. I think that's my July-August box. So hopefully they'll be here end of July, beginning of August, and then we'll get yours out to you, whoever the winner is. What do they need to do? Just be following us?
Hit that subscribe button. It's all you got to do to enter.
Yep. And we'll do a drawing at the end of the month.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So how was your reading week?
My reading week was okay. That's kind of a lie. I had some DNFs this week, and I only got 6 done.
Okay. I hear you.
I also may have been busy.
A little bit. I got 12 books in, but a lot of them are rereads. I'm only going to talk about 9.
Okay.
9, I think. Well, let's just start it and we'll see where we go. It was one of those weeks where I just needed a minute. Like I just needed some good old comfort reads that I loved. So, but the first book that I read this week was a reread, obviously, because I did a few of those this week. But it was new to me audio. So, A Marriage of Discretion by S.T. Moores. The audio came out within the last week or two, and it is done by Rose Baton. I don't know, and Peter Alden. I might have wrote her name wrong down wrong, where I can't understand what it says. Anyhow, this is the one that Mandy and I read earlier in the year and absolutely loved. This is a cheating romance. This one, but it's like, they have a marriage. This is Millie and Alessio. They have a marriage where from the get-go, like it was arranged marriage, and he said he was going to have mistresses. She didn't like him. She's like, you know what? Go have fun. Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out, kind of a thing. And so once they get married, he leaves her at his country estate. She's younger. It's an age gap. He leaves her at his country estate for about 9 months until he comes back to find that she has really taken fancy to one of the stable boys, one of the guys that helps her around the grounds. And Alessio doesn't like that. And so he decides to actually give her a marriage, but he still has his mistresses on the side. And so they're at a gala one night. One of them comes up to her and basically her world implodes. Like she knows, but she doesn't know. Like she just tries to be in secret. At this point, she's falling in love with her husband. It's a problem. Thank you. So anyhow, The audio is great. I really enjoyed it. I forgot that this takes place in the UK and that they are supposed to have British accents, and they did. And for a hot minute, it threw me off there. I was like, whoa, wait. And I was like, oh, wait, no, it does take place over there. But the audio was done very, very well.
Okay.
So if you've been waiting for audio, there is audio.
It was such a good book.
It was.
Okay, my first read of the week is a book that I got in from Wild and Windy Phoenix, and it was one of my blind date books.
Okay.
And that is The Blue Bayou by Jiffy Kate. So I gotta set the timer. Okay, so in this one we have Karis and Maverick. So this is set in New Orleans, and Maverick is really overworked, stressed out. He works for his dad. Their company like acquires struggling businesses and then like takes the property and like develops it into something else, that sort of thing. And so he works a lot. He's overworked, ready for a break. So he goes to New Orleans, but he decides not to stay where he normally stays because he doesn't want his dad or anybody else to be able to track him down. So he stays at the Blue Bayou, which is owned by Karis. Karis is she inherited this when her mom passed away. And her mom passed away suddenly. So it was not a situation where she was really ready to take over, but she's desperate to try and save her family's inn. And so she is trying to figure out how to make a go of it. And she's struggling. So you can probably connect some dots to see where that's going. I rated it 4 stars. There were a few times where I just like wanted the story to pick up like a little bit. But overall, I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
It would be what you would call a palate cleanser.
Yes, it would be. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Well, this next book I have is not a palate cleanser. It actually annoyed me, but let's talk about it. So this is Drifter's Redemption, and it is by F.F. Wingfield. Now, I wanted to like this, especially when I opened it up and the author's note at the beginning says that, she really struggled. This is one of her first books. She's got dyslexia. Like, I was like, well, that's cool to put this in here to let us know, but also that is mean because now I feel guilty if I don't like your book. And I didn't. So anyhow, you can tell it's her first book. So basically this is supposed to be an MC with a cheating romance or cheating situation happen. So this is about Rochelle and Drifter. He calls her Hell. They've been together since they were young. They're trying to get pregnant. She's doing the shots and stuff, trying to get, her fertility up. He's the president of the MC. And she really doesn't like the club girls. She doesn't like having the club girls around. She's just kind of sassy and like, I'm the queen bee bitch of the MC. And one night something happens and she sees Drifter. She catches him balls deep in one of the new girls. It is what it is. It creates a whole thing. I wanted to like it. I really did, but I couldn't. The writing was not up to a level that I would expect at this point. Maybe down the line it would get better. You can just tell it was her first book, and that's okay, but I still gave it 2 stars because it was not okay. I really had to like swallow that guilt for the whole I have dyslexia and I'm so proud of myself for writing my first book. Girl, I'm proud of you too, but I didn't like it.
Okay.
It's an accomplishment. It's amazing. Okay, next.
Okay. So my next book was not for me.
Is that what this is going to be?
Maybe. So during my off-campus spiral, which some may argue is still happening.
I argue that. Yes, I know that it is.
I stumbled upon a movie that was also a book that people talked pretty like highly of. So I was like, ooh, maybe I want to read this book and watch this movie. And that's The Idea of You by Robin Lee.
Okay.
And so this is about Soline. I think that's how you say her name. I might be saying that wrong. And she is 39. She's divorced. She has a teenage daughter whose father bought her or won her tickets. I can't remember which, because I think in the movie he wins them, but I don't remember in the book. So the daughter, oh shoot, I forgot to set my timer. She's like very excited to go to this and to this concert. It's a meet and greet, like behind the scenes type thing for like a boy band. And the dad drops her off and basically is like, oh, I can't actually take her. You're going to have to do it. And he goes off with his new, wife. And so she reluctantly cancels her plans and takes her daughter to this concert. And during the meet and greet, she has this connection with Hayes, which leads him to wanting to invite her to, I think they're in France next or something, and come spend all this time with him. And she goes, and nothing really happens between the two of them. And then he's in New York. So she goes to hang out with him in New York. And I ended up DNFing because I didn't get the connection between the two of them. He's much younger than her, which we all know is totally fine. Reverse age gap can be a thing and it can work, but there has to, just as in a normal, what we would call a typical age gap romance, there has to be a reason that the older person likes the younger person and the younger person likes the older person. There has to be something there.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the book just really, really fell short on that. So I then decided to watch the movie, and I only got a little ways into the movie and I just got really annoyed with it. And I'm like, I can't watch this. So I ended up DNFing the book, but I still rated it 2 stars because I felt like I got through more than enough.
Yeah.
I know other people like it. So if you're that person, I don't know what to tell you. So yeah.
It
I
didn't work for you.
DNF the book and the movie.
You did. You DNF both. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I was having a hard time getting into books this week at the beginning of the week. So I did a reread. I needed a Nice Planet, but I didn't want a Nice Planet Barbarian. I want something different. And so I did the first book in the Rizdaverse spinoff. This is Prison Planet Barbarian. I know that you have this sitting on your shelf and you haven't gotten to it yet.
I do.
Yes, you do. Okay, so this was a reread for me, but it was great. So this is about Chloe and Jatari. So Chloe, she was abducted from her dorm room, just like some of the other girls that ended up on Not Hoth. But she wasn't so lucky. So she was abducted, and then she was sold to an ambassador of some kind, some weird alien looking guy. They have really soft stomachs. Apparently they're tri-bonded or something. So he had 2 mates, but then his mates, each one of those had 2 mates as well. And apparently their heart is in their stomach and they're very sensitive. And so when she freaked out and kicked him, it killed him. And then because they're all bonded, it killed all the other mates as well. So she killed I think it was 8 people or something in one sitting, which is great. It was 9. Anyhow, because that happened, our poor little human who's scared out of her mind is then arrested and thrown into a prison on this prison planet. When she gets there, she's told that basically if she screws the guards, she's going to get what she needs and she's going to be safe. Well, she doesn't want to. They look like bugs and other weird aliens. There's all sorts of kinds of aliens. The one guard drags her through the maximum security area so that she can see the worst of the worst. And that is where Jatari is. And he sees her and he's he's a Musaka, so he's a big blue guy. He's like, that one is mine. And then their story goes from there. Okay.
All right. So my next read
was another DNF.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, the way you started that, I was like, oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
But I might yawn. It's been a really long day.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's been hot.
Oh, I love that part.
Not me.
It was the sitting for 8.5 hours watching basketball that got to me. And then an hour there in the car and an hour back.
If I'm going somewhere really fun, maybe, but I don't want to sit in bleachers and.
No. My butt probably has permanent indents in it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So my next read was Protected by Him by Kay Webster. This is only available if you're part of her K Club. So if you like Kay Webster's books and her Taboo, or if she would be new to you, you might want to check her out if you like Taboo and Forbidden Love. And then if you like that, then you should definitely check out her K Club. So in this, we have an age gap. Rhea is 19, Robbie is 40. And this is one that worked for me. He is the chief of police, and Robbie has been protecting her based on something that happened in her life, and so he is protecting her from some things. And that's where that kind of comes from. She is the guardian to her two younger siblings. So basically she's like a single mom, and he really finds himself attracted to her, and she finds herself attracted to him. It is a pretty quick read. It's a shorter, like it's a novella, so it's a pretty quick read. I really enjoyed it, and I could have devoured the story in a full-length novel, I think, because it was just a really good premise.
Yeah, I haven't read it yet. So I have a bunch of those from her, from the K Club, because you get them like once a month. You get these short little stories. Yes. Yeah, and I have like there's a whole ton of them just sitting on my Kindle that I need to read.
Yeah, that was June's.
Yeah. Okay, well, the next book I read was for our convincing series, and so to hear about that one, you guys need to go watch that video on that came out. It came out on Thursday, wasn't it? It's Forbidden Love is the title of it, or the trope. So I'm just gonna jump over that one and then go into my other books. So then at the end, it'll even out a little bit more. So let's do that. Okay. So the next book that I have is Second Best Again, and this one is by Reagan Salander. Well, it like cut off on my picture, and so I couldn't tell. Okay, so this is once again, this is a cheating romance. I'm sorry, I was in a mood, and this one. So this is about Sage. Sage has been with Ronan for about 20 years. She's 45. She's going through premenopause. She's got a lot of issues. Makes you just really excited for when that happens. I was like, whoa, that sounds heinous. And like seriously, the things she's going through, I'm like, constant migraines. Yeah, that sounds heinous. She's kind of let herself go. She helped Ronan start his business. He's a billionaire now. And once their son, who's 14, was born, she kind of took a step back and became a stay-at-home mom because that's what she wanted to do. They were supposed to get married, and then her mom died. And then something happened, then she was pregnant with their son. And so now it's been 20 years. They've lived domestically as partners, but they've never gotten married. Well, she goes to surprise him for lunch one day, knowing where he'll be, and that is where she sees him with this young 30-something blonde chick, very affectionate with her. And come to find out, they've been together, having an affair for 2 years. And not only that, her son found out about it 2 months ago and kept the secret. So she is just heartbroken, trying to figure out what she's entitled to because they're not technically married. This happens in the UK, and I don't think it was a common law thing where they were. And she finally just, sits her son down and is like, what you did is not okay. You are on your way to being an adult. This isn't good. And she takes off to the Scottish Highlands to kind of find herself. And I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. There's a good amount of grovel, but that doesn't always mean that we're going to take that man back. So,
Okay.
Yep.
I feel bad for the son though, because that's just a really crappy situation to be in.
It is, but it also got her point too, that she wouldn't want anybody to treat him that way, and she deserved to know, even if it puts him in that situation. So you'd have to listen to her speech she gave him, because it was very, very, it was valid.
Yeah.
Yep. But the dad got in trouble. Like he was the bad guy for asking his son to keep it a secret. And so it came back on him. So don't worry, it gets back on the right person.
Okay.
So, yes. Next.
Okay. Next, I read His Vivacious Angel by May Alder. And so this is the 3rd book in the Their Angels series. So Forrest is a single dad who has custody of 3 of his daughter and 2 other kids. So he's a single dad of 3. And he just got a new job, a new house, and he gets accused by Autumn of basically being a horrible parent and a stalker. And then that kind of blows up in her face when it turns out he's her new boss and at her place of employment. But she also works for her dad, so that makes it kind of different as well. So the 2 of them have a lot of banter, and a lot of the banter is Autumn not always forest, and that kind of goes back and forth for a while. We also see all the things that we know that May Alder loves to put in her books, which we love her for. So yeah, so this was I rated it 4 stars. I will say there were a few times where I got a little annoyed with Autumn, and you could kind of see her younger age coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And I normally don't feel that in May Alder's books. So I think it was
No.
just the heroine that she was writing. And for me, I got a little annoyed with her.
Okay. I know, because I have had that one downloaded for several weeks now. I want to jump into it. So
I think that you might have the wrong book. This literally just came out like 2 days ago.
No, seriously. I have one,
Yes.
and it's the third one in there. Oh, we'll look it up afterwards. I have it on my Kindle, which my Kindle got lost.
Yeah, it just came out like 2 days ago.
But it said it was the third book in that series.
I had the arc. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, we'll look it up afterwards, because I swear it's been out longer.
Okay.
I swear. Well, we'll see which one I have then, because I could have swore it was the third one in there. But you need to go back and read the first book.
Okay.
His Guardian Angel. That one I loved.
Okay.
Yeah.
I still enjoyed this one. I'm just saying there were times where she kind of got.
No, I get that. No. Yeah. But I'm telling you, you got to go back and read the first one, because the first one is so good.
Okay.
Okay. So the next book.
List.
Okay, good. So the next book I read is one that came out on, I think it was the 11th, and I was really looking forward to this one. This is Volek. I think we called him Volek, by S.J. Tilly. Audio came out on the same day. This is about Nyx and Volek. This is a new book, the first book in her Bonded Souls series. It is a vampire romance. I was really, really, really looking forward to this one. This is about Nyx, who takes a job at, she's a journalism professor, and she takes a job at this Stalden University. That is where Volek is at as well. So we know about vampires and stuff. We've known about them for about 70 years. Vampires look a little bit different. They've got horns. They're really big. And when they meet their fated mate, they get even bigger. And so Volek has been just kind of hanging out at this university. Like, he's kind of one of the professors, but he really doesn't do anything. Like, he just felt like he needs to be hanging out there. And she gets the job there, and they meet on her first day, and he like completely hulks out and takes her. And it's like a fated mate thing. And then their relationship kind of starts from there. The press wants to know that, what's going to happen, because this is like a newer thing, or something we don't normally see as humans for them. And she's human and he's a vampire. I gave the book 4 stars. I felt like there was a lot of world building in this and not a lot of plot. And so I'm hoping that the next one will be better, because I was kind of expecting a little bit more, but I kind of got bored in certain spots. So fingers crossed the next one will be even better in the series, because now we've got the world built. Can I have more plot next time? But I still enjoyed it. It was still a good read. It was still a little crazy, but it was good.
I forgot to set the timer, so you had a little more time. Sorry.
Oh, thanks. Okay, what's your next book?
Well, I apparently had a mood this week.
Ooh, tell me about your mood.
Okay, I wanted to feel some angst.
Yeah. But did you?
You know what? I was just thinking, there was somebody told me to read a book that was supposed to be really angsty. Did I read that last week? I'm trying to remember. Did I forget to write that one down?
I don't know.
Huh. Okay, I'm going to have to go look at my notes, because I think I might be missing a book now. Okay. So I read Pretty Broken Butterfly. Oops, I forgot to write down who it's by. Hold on. I should be able to find that quickly.
Okay.
By Lynn Leslie. Okay.
Okay.
It was on, I put it on my TBR because it's cheating, and I just really wanted that angsty cheating feel, right? So I read this one, and I didn't care for the writing. I found the writing just wasn't for me. And she catches him cheating with she's just a friend, that she had issues with them being friends already. She talked to him about it, and then eventually got him to agree to stop hanging out with her. But then the girl apologized for her behavior. So then he went to hanging back out with her, which didn't really make sense to me, but that's what happened. And then she catches them in the act at a pool party. And so she demands that he call their parents, his parents and her parents, and confess his sins. And then she leaves him. And I didn't like the writing. I didn't like, if you get cheated on, is the first thing that you're going to do be like, call our parents? I switched back over, Jessica. No, you're not going to be like, you need to call my mom and dad and tell them what you did. And then you need to call your mom and dad and tell them what you did. That was so weird to me. So I tried to power through a little bit more, but I just couldn't handle it. So I DNF'd it and rated it 2 stars. But really, it probably should have been 1 star. In fact, I think I'm going to go back in and change it right now to 1 star.
You do that.
It was a 1 star.
Okay. The book that I have by May Alder is A Dance with His Angel. So I was wrong.
Number 2?
That must be number 2. Yeah. I got it. Well, they all end in angel. I get confused. Okay.
Yes, I want everybody to know how you were about ready to die on that hill.
I was going to. Well, because I've also seen his vicious angel as like out there, like pre-order. Whatever, it starts with a V. It is what it is. I'm going to call it vicious. And
you can't just change May's book titles.
Can't in my head. But then that confuses. They've all kind of got similar covers with the legs and the guy. Sorry. Brain fart. My fault. I was going to die on that hill, but there's no dying. Okay.
This is what I deal with daily, people.
All the time. She graciously deals with it. It's no joke. If I believe it to be true, I'm going to make her believe it to be true, whether it is true or not. Not like I intentionally make her believe things that aren't true, but I, in my head, believe that it's true. And apparently I'm convincing, according to Mandy. So, okay, let's talk about my next book. So this is Blue Coral by Naomi Lucas. This is the book 3 in her Naga Bride series. You do need to read all of these in order. This, again, being book 3, I've read books 1 and 2 like years ago. And I jumped into book 3. And then I was like, kind of a little lost here. I eventually figured it out and remembered things. But for a while there, it was rough going. So this is about Shelby and Vaughan. We've seen Shelby in the first 2 books. She is believed to be pregnant. Basically, this is like an alien romance, but like they're on Earth. So it's like we left Earth and stuff happened to Earth, and then like now we're back on Earth, and there's all these like mutated snake dudes. Anyhow, so Shelby has been in this compound. And we believe that they've said that she's pregnant. She's not really pregnant. She has a friend that she's using as like a partner, even though they're not actually sleeping together, and they're pretending to be pregnant so that she isn't sacrificed to the big Naga guys who are looking for brides. And that means that, but one of the Nagas has found her, and he found her from day 1, and that is Vaughan, and he has been looking for her. Like he knows she's in there, and he just wants her. And then one day something happens, and there's like a cave in, and she gets trapped, but he gets trapped on top of her, trying to protect her. And then they're like in this underground thing, and they have to find their way out. I gave it 4 stars. You can't take it too seriously. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the series. So we'll see what happens in the next book.
Okay. I found my missing book.
Oh, good. Tell us about it.
Well, I'm going to tell you about it next because I didn't write it down, and I actually read it 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So I need to talk about it. Apparently I should have talked about it last week, and that didn't happen.
Okay.
I mean, I don't see it in my notes here. It's not here. No. Okay. Okay. So for my almost last read, I have West of Forever by Corinne Michaels. And you may remember when I got the ARC from her, the ARC book, I was so excited. Like I cried. I was that excited. So this is Tristan Stone's. Love this book. Okay, so this is about Tristan and Lark. So Tristan and Lark live in this, shoot, I forgot to set my timer. I've been struggling with that today. So they are on ranches. He's a cowboy. He runs his family's ranch, and the 2 families despise each other. And the Lark's family, her brothers, believe that Tristan and his sisters keep messing with their farm, like letting the horses out, messing with the fence, causing flooding, like serious things. And they keep blaming Tristan. And so Tristan's best friend is Jimmy, who's the cop who has to keep coming to his house and interrogating him on this. And it's just that, like, the rivalry and bitterness between the two families is very, very strong. Like, they hate each other. Well, Tristan ends up helping Lark because he's just a good guy and she needed somebody. And so he helps her, which leads to them having a few more moments together. And eventually they end up kind of liking each other and they give into the passion of that chemistry. That was my time, and start secretly seeing each other, but just in a like a no strings attached type situation because their families would never go for it. Tristan is also a single dad. His wife died a few years ago, so he's raising Sadie, his daughter, by himself. And I love how Corinne weaves Sadie into the story. Like, she's an integral part of the story. Because sometimes when we have single parents, like, it's like their kids are always like forgotten. Sadie's a huge part of the story. Sadie is like my hero. She is redoing her chicken coop and she gets her grandpa to help her and she puts up wallpaper in it. She has a chandelier. This is probably all Corinne Michaels loves her chickens and she does lots of chicken things. So this is probably all like inspired by her own actions. And Sadie decides that she's going to have a hen of the week and put up their picture in the coop to help with egg production. So I will be starting Hen of the Week. I don't know if Jessica Jr. is going to cut it for the first week. We'll see.
She's a VIP.
So
my thought is like putting wallpaper up and they're just going to shit all over it.
But then it's easier to clean.
Is it? Mm-hmm. We always just had like wood, right? Like just plywood kind of walls.
So think about it. Wallpaper, you could like hose it off a lot easier.
Yeah, you're right.
Or wipe it off. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I absolutely love this story so much. I rated it 5 stars. It is a favorite read for me.
Okay.
I try really hard not to call like my top reads of
early
the year, but it is gonna be on the list.
Well, we're getting ready to do our mid-year wrap-up, and so like we have to call. And I keep thinking I haven't really read any amazing books this year, and then I go, oh wait, no, I did read one. Oh no, I did read another one. Like I did read a few. So
this comes out on Tuesday, June 16th, and it also has audio.
Okay. All right, so my last read of the week was the book that I read for our buddy read with Amber and Jen. It was today technically, but yesterday for those who are watching this on Monday, it was on Sunday. And so the book that I chose for that one, because we each chose a book this time, was Leave Me Behind by K.M. Morinova. This is book 1 in her Dark Forces series. Or it's the first book in the Dark Forces series. I don't think you have to read any of them in order. But this is about Nell and Bradshaw. So Nell belonged to so basically the Dark Forces have 4 teams out there and none of them get along. Nell was the second in command on the team that she belonged to. These are people who like the government uses them to go in and infiltrate things and whatever. And her whole team gets wiped out. She is the only survivor. She was having a relationship with her lead and she's just devastated. Like she just misses him and you know, like they were a thing. And he trained her and taught her to be like the best sniper that there is. And so now she's on a plane. She boards a plane. She's going to join a new group. All she knows of this group is the name of the group and that the guy who is going to be her new partner is a dick and everybody's scared of him. And so when she gets on the plane, she gets seated in the middle seat in between 2 really, really hot twins. One has some scars, one doesn't, but they're definitely twins. And so that is Erin and Bradshaw. And Erin flirts the whole time with her. That night they end up at a club. She's thinking she's going to hook up with Erin. She ends up hooking up with Bradshaw, who is the silent but deadly type. And then they figure out the next day that they're both a part of the Dark Forces the team, and that like she's going to Dark Forces, and that's like a huge no-no. When she gets to the base and figures everything out, Bradshaw is the guy. He is Bones. He is the one that everybody's afraid of, and that is her new partner. He gives her the call sign of Bunny, and she's not happy about it. Enemies to lovers. They fight and bicker the whole time. I loved it. 5 stars. It'll probably be on my top books of the year. I friggin' loved it. I know one of our readers or one of our watchers, one of you guys out there wanted me to read this. And our subscribers. And thank you. Because, oh my gosh, loved it.
Are we supposed to give a name to our people?
Do we?
I don't know.
Well, are they all our besties out there?
I don't know. Maybe that's what we call everybody.
I don't know.
Hey, besties. Welcome.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know.
They're all our peeps. Okay, so tell us about the book that you forgot.
Book lovers. BLs. We'll call them the BLs.
Sounds a little bit like Beelzebub. I don't know about that.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
That was bad. Okay, my missing book from, it should have been in last week's 1 Minute Book Recs, was a book that was suggested when I made a short asking for angsty videos, which reminds me I need to go back and work on reading some more.
Angsty books, you mean?
Yep, angsty books. So I need to go back and watch that, or not watch it, but look at the comments for what people told me, because I'm still desperate for some angsty books.
Okay.
So this was called No Place Like Home by is it MJ Allen? And so this is about Emerald and Hayden. So the book starts off from Emerald's point of view, and then the rest of the book is completely from Hayden's point of view. So I kind of like that mix up on this. So Hayden is a professional hockey player, like big time star. And he just got traded to Boston. I think they've been there for about a year. And Emerald has just really struggled because she feels like her husband has this new agent who's constantly having him go off and do new promos and stay longer and missed out on things. And she just feels really isolated and alone. And so she's trying to figure out how to navigate this and all of it when she goes to talk to him after his game, and he is in a bad mood because they lost and people have been really rude to him. But she's been beat up in the comments a lot and people have been really mean to her, and she's tried to talk to her husband about it, and he kind of just is like, oh, just don't read him, ignore him. Well, she goes to talk to him after the game and he snaps at her and is really kind of rude, and it's caught on video. And so she walks off and leaves. And then he immediately feels guilty and sends somebody to go check on her. Well, while she's out in the parking lot, she is brutally attacked and left for dead. She is not dead, but she's left to die.
Yes.
I realized after I said that could have been very misleading on what type of book you were going to be reading if you pick it up.
For dead, but yeah, okay.
So I rated it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. It was very different from what I'm used to reading, which I loved. I didn't get the angst that I love from a cheating book and that sort of thing. There was some angst. There's grovel, definitely. So if you're looking for good grovel, this would be that. I was emotional, but then it changes pace a little bit, I guess you could say, and that goes away. And I'm still desperate for that really angsty, very emotional book. I love this one though. 4 stars, really good. Do you see what I'm saying? It just filled a different need for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know an Omegaverse that will give you that angstiness. You just need to read it.
What one?
The Mary Magdalene one. Tormented Omega.
Okay.
That is friggin' angsty as hell.
I don't really like the whole why choose thing.
You want it to be Omega, or you want it to be angsty. That is angsty. That's rip your heart out angsty.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go write some fanfic. Why choose?
Oh God, I give up. Okay, guys, let's wrap this video up. She's spiraling now.
You're done?
Yeah, because I skimmed over the one that I read for our convincing. So, yeah.
Did you talk about the one you read for our buddy read? Or not our buddy read, but our book club?
Yeah. I talked about that last week.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's on your list though.
I know. I think it's because I clicked on it. I forgot to say that I was done with it. And so I said I was done with it. You know how they do that? Goodreads messes up sometimes. It's got issues.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So it's all good. I know. I noticed that too when I went to go print my pictures of it. I was like, wait, that's out of order.
Okay.
Whatever. It's in there. I'm getting credit for it. That's all I care about.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's wrap this sucker up.
Okay. Well, Make sure you check back on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and sometimes Wednesdays for new videos from us. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can always get the good recs and be a part of our 26 books of 2026.
You don't want to miss out on that box because I know I'm not going to have extra at all.
No overstock sale.
No overstock sale for the Coister. I'm not even going to be able to get people off the wait list. Like, I mean, I'll get some, but I've got so many on the wait list for that book. It's never going to happen. Not all of them. So whoever wins it is one lucky person. So definitely hit that subscribe button because you don't want to miss out on that. And thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.